Okay, so okay, hi all, good morning. So now let me tell you about the Graphy platform, okay, on which we used to take classes. I will give you a quick overview of it and how to log in and the other stuff. Uh, Let me know once my Graphy page is visible. Is the Graphy page visible?
Yes.
Okay, so this is the Graphy page. I will tell you how to register, but this is how it looks like. Okay, like this is for the S22 batch. This is for the weekend batch. For your batch S23, it will be written here S23 SQL Big Day batch. Okay. And day wise day, like 18th May, 19th May, whatever we have covered, you can find the classroom notes, assignments, workbook, everything here. Day wise, this topic will be there. Okay. Now, how you have to register? It's very simple. Uh, Let me open this in incognito window. You have to type here tna.graphy.com. Okay. tna.graphy.com. So yesterday, Firdaus, our admin, has shared that link with you. You just have to write this tna.graphy.com. You will get this page. Okay. After this, you have to click on Explore Courses, and these all are getting recorded. You will get. You can go through the recording if it is not clear. So you will see this S23 SQL May 2024 batch. So this is for your batch. Okay. This batch is okay. Okay, so you have to click on it and then you have to click on buy now. This is the one-time payment of 50 rupees you have to do for this graphic platform. You have to click on buy now and then you have to click on proceed and you have to mention your full name, your Gmail ID, your mobile number and a state. And then you have to click on buy now and you have to make the payment. That's all. Okay. Once the payment is done, please make sure that this email ID should be the active one. You will get a notification on your email ID that you have been registered. And you have to set your, after that, what will happen? You have to click on login. Once you have purchased the course, you have to click on login. Once you will click on login, you will get these two options: login via Google, login via email OTP. Okay, you can try any one of those options. But my recommendation will be to go with this login via Google option because sometimes this OTP takes time to generate. Okay, you have to wait for 5 minutes or 10 minutes. Rarely it happens. Okay, but it can happen. That is why you can go for login via Google and you have to give your Gmail ID. So daily at 7 o'clock, the class will start. For the next few days, it will be 7:15 only. Okay, because I have some other meeting before it. So that's why it is getting delayed. I'm very sorry for it. I know I have committed for 7. It's getting delayed at 7:15. So at 7 you have to log in. Okay, and then you will see this course will be there in the library and then you automatically will find a start button. You have to click on a start button. That's all. You will get access. Now, do you have any question? So from tomorrow the classes will be on Graphy, this platform. I will not share the Zoom link. Okay, so please register on it today. Firdaus has shared the link. If you are facing any problem, take the screenshot, directly post it in the group. We will help you there. Okay, but tomorrow, if you will ask at 7 o'clock that Tanveer, I'm facing this problem, maybe I will not be in the position to help you because I'll be taking the class at that time. So tomorrow before 7, try to register and check are you able to log in or not. Done? Clear?
Yeah.
Let's start the class. So I was discussing about null. So whenever you have to find a null records, you have to write is null. Now, similarly, if you don't want null records, you have to write is not null. It means you don't want the null records. So now in the output, you see you don't have the null records. I hope this null part is clear. You all understood any question? So we have discussed the difference between zero, blank, and null, how to capture null records, and in, not in. We have discussed all these things. And we have discussed where operator, and operator, or operator. Okay. Now proceeding further, very interesting behavior. I have a question like suppose Let me add one more record here. Okay. So this is the Amazon table now, right? Okay. I've inserted a null record in the department column. Now I have a question for you. This is null and this is also null. Okay. Now my question is, in this query, if I write select star from Amazon, where department in mobile, comma, grocery, comma. So can you tell me what will be the output for this query? Any idea?
No output. No data found.
No data found. Any other thought? Anyone?
Second February mobile null.
Okay. So here, let's try to understand it. Here you are telling SQL engine that you want the mobile, department, grocery, and null, right? So when you will execute it, tell me, do you have mobile in this department column? Is it present?
Yes.
Do you have mobile present? Yes, it's present.
Yes.
So ideally, engine should display this, right? Okay. Now coming to grocery, do you have grocery present here? So grocery is also present, right? So you have mobile, you have grocery. What about null? You have null as well, correct? Okay. Now let me execute it and check the output. Tell me one thing. Why I told you that we have to use is to capture null records? Because you cannot capture null with equal. Null needs a special treatment, and for that we have to use is keyword. Similarly, do you think this null can be captured with the help of in keyword?
No.
No. In cannot capture null. Just remember one thing. Whenever you have to capture null or display null, you have to use is keyword. So that's why when I will execute this query, are you getting null in the output department column? Do you have? You don't have. So it proves that to capture null, you have to use is keyword, and this in keyword cannot capture null. So generally, I have seen people, they do this mistake. Suppose the client is telling, please display this, please show me the values like mobile, grocery, or null. So they will write this query and you're not getting any null. So they'll be under the assumption that there's no null record in the table. You have the null record in the table, but you're not getting it because in operator cannot capture null. So is this point clear? Technically, this query is correct, but from business perspective, this query is incorrect. Why? Because your client will ask you that why you're not displaying department null, it is present here. Right? Got it? So for that, now what you have to do in this query, you have to write it like this. Or department is null. Now are you getting null here? Got it? So whenever you have to display null, you have to write is null keyword. Now, if okay, hope this is clear to everyone.
No, Tanvir. Actually, I have doubt in the previous query. Normally,
Okay.
null is not equal to null, right? I mean, we cannot compare anything with the null. So
Hmm.
that should give no output in the previous.
Okay. This query you are telling?
Yes.
Okay, let's try to understand. In this query, first of all, the engine will execute from Amazon, right?
Yes.
So engine will take a copy of this Amazon table. So here you have this Amazon table. Okay. This is your Amazon table. Remove all these things. After this, we have written where keyword. Where acts as a filter. So where department in. The meaning of this is we have to apply filter in the department column, correct?
Yes.
Now in the department column, what you are searching? You are searching either mobile or grocery or null, any one of this, right? Now let's start one by one. Mobile. Are you searching for mobile in this department column?
Yes.
Yes. So this will be selected or rejected?
Selected.
Selected. Because this is clear. We are searching for mobile. Mobile is present here. This will be selected. Next record. This is also mobile. We are searching for mobile only. This will also be selected. What about this null? Do you think this null and this null, they both are same?
No.
No. So that is why engine will reject it. Because you cannot capture null with in operator. Because these two nulls are not same. Then engine will go to the next record, grocery. Are you searching for grocery? Do you need grocery? Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. It will be selected. So wherever you have mobile and grocery, it will be selected. Only even if you have null, that will not be displayed. That is the catch in this question. And that's why if you see here, 1 minute. If you see here, just a minute. Read this question number 5. In which scenario in operator fails?
Yeah. To
So
capture
in
the
operator fails when you are trying to capture null records. So here you have to be very careful. I have seen many people, they do mistake here. They think that they will write this query and they will get null. Even if null is present in the table, this query will not give you null. The reason is in operator doesn't have the power to capture null. Is this point clear now?
Yes.
Any question, anyone? Hope it is clear. Now, if I will write this query, department not in mobile, what is the meaning of this query? I'm telling, don't show me mobile. Apart from mobile, if you have any other department, you display it, correct? So if I will execute this query, now what will be the output? Apart from mobile, what else you have in the department column?
Yes.
What else you have apart from mobile?
Groceries, sports, null, but null clothes also.
You have grocery, you have clothes, you have a sports, right? Okay. So now let me execute this query. You're getting grocery, you're getting clothes, you're getting a sports, but why you're not getting null? Got it? Same reason? Because this cannot capture null records. Although null is present, but this will not capture null. You have written that you don't want mobile. If you don't want mobile, you have null. So null should also get displayed here. Why null is not getting displayed? Grocery is getting displayed, clothes is getting displayed, sports is getting displayed. Why null is not getting displayed? Because not in cannot capture null records. Is this clear?
Yes.
So that's why I told you earlier that you have to be very careful when you're dealing with null records. Not only in SQL, even if you are studying Python there as well, the behavior is very different. Now, do you have any question? You want me to repeat anything here? Or all clear?
But then in which case no data found will come. I'm not able to
I
read.
will show you that.
Okay.
Yeah, I will come to that. But this is clear so far?
Yeah, that's clear.
Okay, this is clear. Now, you have a next question. Now, can you tell me the meaning of this query? I'm not asking output. What is the meaning of this query?
Don't show the well.
When department not equal to null.
Oh. So we are telling SQL engine, don't show me the
Null well.
departments where it is null, right? It means we are not interested in null records. Am I correct?
Correct.
Yes.
Is this clear, everyone?
Yes.
The meaning of this is we are not interested in the null records in the department column. It means apart from null, if you have any other value, you show me. But if you have null, I'm not interested in null. Is this point clear?
Yes.
Okay. So now you have this table. You tell me if I will execute this query, what should be the output?
No data form.
Hmm?
No data form.
Why no data form? We are telling here that we don't want null. So we are just telling that null we are not interested. It means we are interested in mobile, we are interested in grocery, we are interested in clothes, we are interested in sports. So we should get these records, no? We are telling we don't want null. So only this null should not be displayed. Apart from this, all other records should be displayed now.
Null is a bucket of assumption, so we cannot. We cannot match with any of. Let's say we cannot match mobile with null. Similarly, grocery with null, because we don't know the
It's
null what
Hmm.
value it contains.
Okay, fine. Let me execute this query. There is no data, right? Okay. Now this is little bit strange behavior. Generally, we think that the meaning of this query is we don't want the null records. If we don't want null records, it means we need records other than null, whatever is present. So we are expecting that this query should show me mobile, it should show me grocery, it should show me clothes, sports, and all those things. But why it is not showing all those records? Now let's try to understand. When you're writing a department not in null, so what has happened? Engine will take this table. Now it will start with the first record. Mobile. You have written here you don't want null, right? Okay. Now tell me what is null? Null is a bucket of assumption. It can be anything. Now this null can be mobile, it can be grocery, it can be clothes, it can be sports. You agree or not?
Yes.
It can be anything, no, which we don't know. That is why we are telling null is a bucket of assumption. So if I am telling that this null may be mobile, will you agree? Maybe I'm telling.
Yes.
Yes, maybe.
Yes.
So if this null is mobile, it means you are telling you don't want mobile. So that's why these mobiles will be rejected. Got it?
Yes.
Now, similarly, I can tell you that this null it may be grocery. So if it is grocery, so it means you are telling department not in grocery. You don't want grocery. So this grocery will be rejected, right?
Yes.
Similarly, this null can be clothes. We don't know. It can be anything. So it means you're telling not in clothes. You don't want clothes. So clothes will also be rejected. So that's the reason all these records will be rejected and you're not getting any output. Is this clear?
Yeah. Clear.
Okay. So see, technically this query is correct. You're getting the correct output. But if you think from the business perspective, So it is not correct because you are telling you don't want null. So it means if I don't want null, I want mobile, I want grocery, clothes, sports, all these things should be displayed. Why it is not getting displayed? It is because the behavior of null is very different. It is a bucket of assumption, it can store any value. Okay. So now you can see this in which scenario not in operator fails. So again, if you are using null here, so the output will be very strange, like how you have seen this strange output here. I hope this is clear to everyone.
Yeah, Tanvir, that's clear.
Okay, perfect. Let me proceed further. So far we have discussed difference between zero, blank, and null, and then how to capture the null records. I hope you all have understood it. No, upper and lower also we have covered, no? Yes, we have covered it, upper and lower as well.
Yes.
Now let me show you next. I think we should discuss count function now. Let me check if I have. Oh, क्या बात है इसकी? Just a minute. Okay. Now I have this employee table. Hope the session is getting recorded.
Yeah, it's recording.
Yeah, it's recorded. Okay, this is the employee table. Let me drop this. So now suppose we have this employee table. Okay. Now in this employee table, if I will ask you how many records are present in this employee table, anyone answer this question?
13 records. Sorry, 14 records.
14 records. Okay, let me check. We have 14 records, correct. Because we have limited records here, so we can easily count it and we can tell. But suppose if you have millions of transactions, it will become difficult to count it manually, right? So for that, we need some ready-made SQL query. So whenever you have to find count of a record, so you have to write select count of a star from employee. So this will give you the total number of records in this table. See, I have executed this query select count of a star from employee. So I'm getting the total number of records in this table, which is 14. It means in this table we have 14 records. So this is clear. So whenever you have to find the total number of records, you have to write count of a star. Now, instead of count of a star, can I try count of one? Do you think I will get the same output? I'll write this. Any idea? This will also give me the same one. So you can write count of a star, you can write count of any number. They will give you the same records, 14 records you have in this table. Now, if you want to try with any other number, suppose you want to write something like this, any number. Now tell me what will be the output?
40.
Same output. So now you'll have having the same. So what we understood from this is whenever you want to find the total number of records in a table, you can write count of star, you can write count of one, or you write count of any number. They all will give you the total number of records in a table. But generally, mostly people use count of a star and count of one. But don't think that you can use only this one. You can use any number within count that will give you the total number of records in a table. Is this point clear? No response is clear. Now, sorry. Now, on the right, any character. Now, what will be the output? Any thought?
Same
Same
output.
14.
Same output.
Have the same output, right? So it means within count, you write any character, still you're getting the same output. Okay. Let's try to understand that why it is happening so. I'm writing count of star, same output. Count of one, same output. Count of any number, same output. Count of any character, same output. How it is working actually? What is happening? So when you are executing select count of a star from employee, so the meaning of this is you are telling SQL engine to count the total number of stars or asterisks present in this employee table. Now, do you have asterisks or star present in this employee table?
No.
No, you don't have. So you might be thinking, if a star is not present in the table, then how I'm telling you to count it, right? The logic is we are telling SQL engine to replace each and every record of the first column. Actually, it is any column. You can replace in any column. But to keep the thing simple, assume like you have to replace each and every record of the first column with a star. And then you have to count it. Now tell me how many stars you have in this table. 14 stars you have.
Yes.
So that's why the output is 14. Actually, what is happening here? Each star is referring one record. Each star is referring one record. So 14 records means 14 stars. Or you can tell 14 stars means 14 records. So this is the meaning of select count of a star from employee table. I hope this is clear.
Yes.
Similarly, if you're executing select count of one from employee, so can you try and tell me what is the meaning of this?
So all the records will be replaced with 1 and then count function will count.
Correct. So it will replace all the records of the first column with 1, and then it will count it. Now tell me how many 1 you have in this table. 14.
14.
14, right? So that's where the output is 14 for this as well and this as well. So that's why they're giving you the total number of records in a table. Any questions so far?
It's clear.
Clear to everyone?
Yes.
Okay. Now, similarly, this count of big number means
It
you
will
have to replace each and every value by this number, and then you have to count it. And actually, each and every value is representing one record, and that is what you have to count it. Now, can you try and tell me what is the meaning of this query? Select count of John from employee.
It will replace every cell with John of first column.
Replace each and every value in the first column by John and then count it.
Counted.
So when you will count it, then you will get automatically 14 in the output. Is this point clear to everyone?
Yes.
Yes.
Understood, everyone? But we widely use count of a star or count of one to find the total number of records in a table. These two are widely used. But the professional way is to write count of one. Okay. Now, there is a misconception around this. Many people they think that count of one means count the number of records present in the column number one, first column. There is no such concept actually. This is a misconception. Count of one doesn't means to count the number of records in the first column. If it really means it, then tell me what will be the output for this query?
Same 14.
If it is telling count of one means count the number of records in the first column, then count of one minus one means count the number of records in the minus one column. Now, does it make sense of telling minus one column? Do you think minus one column exists in a table?
No.
No, of course no. So that's why I want to make it clear. Count of one means total number of records in the first column. Oh, sorry. It doesn't mean the total number of records in the first column. Count of one means you have to replace the value with one and then you have to count it. Similarly, count of minus one means replace the value with minus one and then count it. It doesn't mean that the number of records in the first column or second column. No. I hope it is clear to everyone so far.
Yeah.
Shall I proceed further?
Yes, please.
Okay. Now, same query. Select count of John from employee executed here. The output is 14. Same query I'm executing again. Now it is throwing error message. Any idea why?
John is not a table. When there is no column with the John table,
Oh.
that is why it is giving the error.
It is data.
The concept is if you're using count and you're using any character, means ABCD or any other English character, English alphabets, you have to keep it within quotes. That's the reason it is throwing error message. Now see, the moment I will write it in quotes, are you getting the output now? This was clear. So within count, if you're writing, you have to write it within quotes. A very important point. Okay. Similarly, if I'm writing, suppose select count of India. Now tell me what will be the output for this query?
It will throw error.
Previous
Why?
error.
Because it's the India isn't in the codes and its character.
Correct. Because we have not kept India within quotes. So that's why when I will execute it, you will get error message. I hope this is clear.
Yes.
Yes.
Now, next scenario. What about this query?
14.
What is the meaning? Tell me the meaning of this.
So the records will be replaced with India and then count it.
So do you think it will throw error message here?
No.
No.
It will not throw error message here. If you're writing select count of India from employee, what is the meaning of this? The first column values will be replaced by India and then engine will count it because this is in quotes now, and then you will get the same output, which is 14. I hope this is clear so far.
Yep.
Okay. Now, what will be the output for this query?
40.
14.
Come on, tell me.
14.
Same. It will give you the total count, which is 14, right? Count is 14. Now, in the same query, now if I will write right now, we have discussed that if we have English alphabets, so we have to keep it within quotes. Now, this department is not in quotes. So if I will execute it, what should be the output?
14.
It should
Oh.
throw the error.
Throw error.
It's a column.
Good. Any idea?
Yeah, it's a column, so we'll get output as 14.
Tushar has studied this, so he knows that's fine. So ideally, we have discussed that if you're using any characters, so we have to keep it in quotes. Like this is what we have discussed so far, right? Correct, no? Why it has thrown error message? Because we have not kept this India within quotes, right? Why this John, this one has thrown error message? Because we have not kept it within quotes. On the same ground, if I'm executing this query, it has to throw error message because this department is not in quotes. So I'm executing it, check the output. You are getting output now, right? But our expectation was this query should throw error message, but we are surprised that this department is not in quotes. But how still it is giving output? It's an exceptional behavior with DPT. Why? John, I have not given codes. It has thrown error message. India, I have not given codes. It has thrown error message. But department, I have not given codes, but it is giving me correct output. Why? The
Is it
reason
replacing it
is,
with the column?
I'm coming to it. The reason is this DEPT department. Just a minute, give me one. So this DEPT is the column of this employee table. Is this clear? Pick it. This DEPT is the column, no? Right? Is my voice audible, guys?
Yes, it is.
It's a column of this employee table. Now, don't think that this is a column, so it is getting this privilege. No. The meaning has changed here. Count of a column. This is count of a column. So engine will observe that, oh, this is a column of this table. So the meaning is different here. Now the meaning is, we are telling SQL engine in the department column, find the total number of records you have, but rejecting the null records. You don't have to consider null records. Except null, if you have any other record, you count it. So that's why when I'm executing this query, so now check. This is the query. And this is the output. Is this clear? If you want to check this employee table, check in the department column. How many values you have? You have 14 records. So that's why if I'm writing here select count of a column, the meaning of query is different. That's
So
why
if
it's very hmm.
we write
You are telling
salary
if
in place of department, so will we be
correct.
getting 13
You are right. You are right. You are right. Let me show you that. First of all, tell me what is the meaning of this query? What is the meaning?
Count salary.
Count the total number of records in the salary column, ignoring null values. This is the meaning, no? Now in the salary column, how many records you have ignoring null? 13. Now I'm executing this query. Check that. Is this clear now?
यहाँ पर
Now,
in salary column, it is not
Hmm.
replacing each record with the salary also. As in, how
You're
is
right.
it?
You're right. That is what I'm telling. The meaning of this query and this query is different. Don't correlate this with this meaning. Meaning of this query is entirely different. The meaning of this query is entirely different. Here we are not telling SQL engine to replace anything. We are just telling SQL engine that in the salary column, whatever you have, keep on counting it, but don't count null. This is the meaning of this query. But if you're writing select count of department, it means you are telling this department is in quotes, no? So here the meaning is you replace first column with DEPT and then count it. So this is the difference in the meaning of both the queries. Is this clear?
यहाँ पे null is not getting confused with the assumption thing that null can be anything. So any record.
Here directly we are rejecting null. We are not considering it at all. We are directly rejecting it. That's why there's no question of considering whether it's a bucket of assumption or what. We directly rejected it. So that's why straight answer. We have 13 records. There's no confusion at all. Same query. Now same query. I will just keep this salary now in inverted quotes. Now tell me what is the meaning of this query.
It will
Now tell me the
replace.
meaning of this query.
Replace the first column with salary as a character.
Replace the first column with salary and then count it. This is the meaning. That's why, guys, I'm repeating n number of times. It's very important to understand the meaning of each and every query, each and every keyword of SQL. Just a small modification in this query and this query, and the modification is inverted quotes. The world has changed, the meaning has changed. Here the meaning is entirely different. Here you have to count the number of records in the salary column, ignoring null, rejecting null. Here the meaning is different. Here you have to replace the first column with salary, and then you have to count it. So here, if you have null or whatever you have, everything will be counted. Let me show you that. Suppose now in the ID column, let me insert null record. Now suppose it is null. Okay. Now check this employee table. Now this is your employee table. Correct. Now in the ID column, I have null record. Okay. Now my question is, first of all, What is the meaning of this query?
Replace ID and count.
Sorry,
Yes.
didn't get you.
Replace
Can
ID
you
with
repeat?
each value and then count it.
So in this employee table, in the first column, you have to replace with ID in each and every record, and then you have to count it. Now tell me how many IDs are present?
14.
15, 14, 15. Because I've
15.
inserted one new record, no? Now it was null here. Has it replaced null as well with ID?
Yes.
Yes. So null will also be considered because it will replace null as well. So that's why the output of this is 15. Check it out. 15. Now, same query. Now, what is the meaning of this query?
Count the values, count the ID column
Count the
without null,
values.
including the null.
Count the values present in the ID column, rejecting null
Null.
records.
Yes.
Now, this is your table. This is your ID column. You have to reject null record. If you reject null record, how many values are present here? 14. So that's why when you will execute this query, the output is 14. I hope it is clear now to everyone.
Yes.
Is this clear?
Yes.
Now you have no response. What should I consider this?
Yeah, it's clear.
Clear. Okay. Okay. Now proceeding further. Select the star from employee. Now we have this employee table. So far we have discussed how to find the total number of records in a table, and we have seen the different scenarios and hope you all have understood the meaning of each one of them. That's why whatever you study, try to understand each and every aspect of it. Generally, people think, okay, total count means count of a star. That's all. That will give the total count. Let's move to the next topic. No. If you are studying a particular topic, not only in SQL, any language, try to understand the each and every nut and bolt of left and right of it. Is very important. Now, similarly, in this table, employee table, if I have to find the total number of records, now department wise, suppose my client is telling me that then we tell me how many records are there in HR, how many records are there in tech, how many records are there in sales. Is the question clear? First of all, confirm me this.
Yeah, it's clear.
Clear? Because it happens in many companies, you will see the HR during town hall, they will publish the result that we have this number of employees overall in the company, this number of employees in the HR, this number of employees in the tech, right? And suppose if you're working in that project, so you have to derive this number. Or let's say you're working for an e-commerce platform. So your stakeholders can ask you this question that tell me the total number of transactions happened in a particular department or department-wise department, right? So the similar question we have here, you have to find the total number of records in HR department, tech department, sales department. Question is clear? I hope the question is clear. Okay. For that, this is the query. Please check, is this the correct query, correct output?
Yes.
So you got total number of records in each and every department now.
Yes.
Clear?
Clear.
Any question?
No, it's clear.
Clear? Very perfect. So you don't want to know what is this group by why I have written count star along with department, how this query is getting executed, everything is clear. Okay, if it is clear,
No, I want to know. I want to know.
Guys should ask question, yaar.
I'm just
Keep on
trying to
asking
grab it. It
questions.
was so quick, as in I couldn't.
Okay.
Just thinking,
I'm
ki
just
how it is
begging you guys
counting.
to ask questions, challenge the concepts. Then it will be more interactive. Hardly 2 or 3 participants are asking. Okay, anyway. So how this query is getting executed? I executed this query. This is the output. So now you're getting the total number of records for each and every department. That is fine. The output is also correct. But the question is how this is getting executed. What is this new gentleman group by? Why it is required? Okay, so we'll try to understand it. Now, coming back to this order of execution. Okay, in this order of execution, if I'm considering this query, which keyword will be executed first?
From.
Select department.
From. Order of execution first is from, no?
Ah,
First
from.
of all, from will be executed, right? Now, what is the meaning of from? It means the user needs data from the employee table. So this is the employee table. Let's take a copy of it, keep it in the temporary memory. So the task of from is over. Then which keyword you will execute?
Group by.
From is done. Then which keyword you have? So now you have select keyword and group by keyword. So which one will come after from?
Group
Group
by.
Group
by?
by.
Okay. Now the question is, what is the task of group by? What it does? Listen very carefully.
Mhm.
The task of group by is to create unique buckets. What is the task of group by? To create unique buckets. Now I know you might be thinking, why unique? Why bucket? What is the need? For that, I need some time and then I can explain you. For the time being, just understand that the task of group by is to create unique buckets. Here you're telling SQL engine to create unique buckets on the department column. Am I correct? Okay. You have to create unique buckets on the department column. Now, tell me the unique values which you have in this department column. What are the unique values here?
Chart, take and sales.
Good. So engine will create one bucket for HR, one bucket for tech. 1 minute here. One bucket for HR, one bucket for tech, one bucket for sales. I know still you must be thinking, Tanvir, why bucket, why unique? So just give me some time. So engine will create one bucket for HR, one bucket for tech, one bucket for sales. Is this point clear? And this is the task of group by. Clear or not?
Yeah, it's clear.
Clear to everyone?
Yes.
Okay. This is the task of group by to create unique buckets. Okay. Group by task is over. Group by has created buckets. His task is over. Then which keyword?
Count star.
Select.
Okay. Actually, after group by, there comes this aggregate. AGG means aggregate. In aggregate function, you have count, you have sum, you have max, you have min, you have average. This is in our syllabus. Don't worry, we will study this, but maybe after 3-4 class or 2-3 class. And generally, you will see in order of execution, this AGG will not be written anywhere. But Along with group by, this AGG means aggregate functions are executed by the SQL engine. First of all, one thing I want to tell you, as many of you are fresher here. First of all, don't blindly trust any post on LinkedIn. Nobody verifies any post which is posted on LinkedIn. Do you think if I will post today something on LinkedIn, is it getting verified? No. If it has some incorrect concept, you will study it, you will grasp it, you will digest it, and same thing you will explain in the interview. Is that clear? So to whomever you trust, so look into those posts only. Because in many posts earlier, I have given my comment that here this is a mistake, this is incorrect concept, and many other things. Okay. But sometimes it becomes a verbal argument. The author takes it in a personal way. Okay. So that's why then I stop commenting anything. So net, I'm telling, before trusting any post on LinkedIn, check the author. If you're trusting, then it is fine. Okay. Now, along with group by, the aggregate function will be executed. Now, my question is, do you have any aggregate function in this query? That if you will take this much time, I will be confused. Do you have any aggregate function in this query? Yes or no? Yes, count is there. Count is an aggregate function. So yes, you have the aggregate function. Then this aggregate function will be executed. And what it will do, it will perform two steps. Step number one, segregation of data. The data will be segregated based on the column which you want to display. You want to display department, so it will be segregated based on department in each buckets. So this HR will be placed in the HR bucket. Are you segregating the data? This tech will be placed in the tech bucket. Are you segregating the data? This cells will be in the cells bucket. Are you segregating the data? Is segregated all the data? Yes or no in their respective buckets?
Yes.
This is clear. So step one is segregation. In the HR bucket, you have all the HR data. In the tech bucket, you have all the tech data. In the sales bucket, you have all the sales data. Clear?
Yes.
Step one is over. Now step two. Step two is aggregation of data. Now data will be aggregated. In this HR bucket, tell me the total number of records.
4.
4. In this tech bucket, tell me the total number of records.
4.
4. In the sales bucket, tell me the total number of records.
7.
7. Okay. So this is over. Now at the last, this select will come into picture. What is the task of select?
Present the data.
To display the data. What you want to display here? Department. Now there is a catch. Which department you want to display? Is the department of the parent table? Or you want to display this group by department? Which one you have to display?
Bucketized.
Sorry?
Group by department.
Group by. Please remember this very important concept. If you have created the unique buckets and if you have to display, So these buckets will be displayed, not this parent table column. So as a result, here the department means HR HR bucket, take bucket, sales bucket. Then what do you want to display? Count of a star. What is the count of a star for HR bucket? 4. It will be 4. For tech bucket, what is the count? 4. So it is 4. For sales bucket, what is the count? 7. It will be 7. So that's why this will be your final output. Now, if you want to compare this with this engine output, are you getting the same output, ladies and gentlemen? Yes or no?
Yes, same output.
Have you understood, everyone? No, you will not reply.
Yeah, it is clear. It is clear.
Clear to everyone? Okay.
काउंट वाला थोड़ा सा एक बार और अगर आप बता
अच्छा,
दें
ठीक है. I will repeat it. No issues. I know this is confusing. So even if you guys have understood, let's try to understand it again. This is a little bit confusing. No issues. So we have executed this query and we got this output. This output is nothing but the total number of records present in each and every department. That at a high level we understood.
yes.
But the question is how this query is getting executed. How we got this output. That's the important part. So for that, we have to take the help of this order of execution. Now in the SQL order of execution, which keyword will be executed first?
From
Sorry, I am taking water. It's too hot, I think, across country, right? Everywhere, it's scorching heat. So from employees, so we have to take a copy of the employee table. So this is our employee table. I have taken a copy and I have kept it here. The task of from is over. Is this point clear?
yes.
Okay. Then after from, which keyword will be executed?
Group by,
Group by. What is the task of group by?
create unique buckets.
Very good. To create unique buckets. Here you are trying to create unique buckets based on which column?
Department.
Department column. What are the unique values in this department column?
HR, tech and sales.
Very good. So it will create one bucket for HR, one bucket for tech, one bucket for sales. Is this point clear?
Yes.
Okay, good. Group by task is over. After group by, which keyword will be executed?
Aggregate.
Aggregate.
count.
Do you have, yeah. So we have count. So this count will be executed. So now two steps will be performed here. Step number 1 is the segregation of data. Segregation means you are separating the data in the respective buckets. So this HR, where you will keep it, where you will keep this HR records? Obviously in the HR bucket.
So
These
the
tech
way select count star me, the way it is being replaced with, I'm a little confused actually, I guess.
Acha. Got it. Good question. You are thinking a count of a star में Tanvir you taught us it will replace with a star. That is not happening here. That is what you're telling, no? Acha,
Yes.
yeah, my bad. I skipped it actually. Good question. Let me come to that point. First of all, this step number 1 is clear. Segregation of data will happen.
Yes.
Values getting
Alright.
segregated. HR records will be in the HR bucket. Tech records will be in the tech bucket. Sales record will be in the sales bucket. Step number 1 is clear to everyone. Is this clear? Okay. Step number 2 is the aggregation of data. Here, which aggregate function you're using? Count of a star. What is the meaning of count of a star? to count the number of stars. So here you have to count the number of stars within each bucket separately. So in HR, what all values you have segregated, this will be converted in a star. That I have not explained you earlier. I skipped it. I thought that you have understood it from there. So now how many stars you have?
4.
4. Similarly, in tech bucket, everything will be replaced with a star. Now, how many stars you have? 4.
4.
Similarly, in cells, everything will be replaced with a star, and the engine will count it. Now, how many stars you have? 7. And then finally, you are telling to display department and count of stars. Department is nothing but the buckets. So these are the buckets, and count of a star is nothing but these values which you have derived here in these 2 steps. So that's why this is the output.
Okay.
Is this
As
clear now?
segregation happens if
Hmm.
count is with the group by, as in group by के साथ aggregation आ रहा है तो ही segregation वाला part count के
Correct.
function के
तभी होगा.
में.
तभी होगा.
Okay.
तभी होगा.
Hmm.
And I will show you that. So this group by, count, and then one more gentleman is there having these 3 are together is one of the toughest concept in the SQL. But you might be thinking, okay, Tanvir, then why you're teaching the toughest concept in the initial classes? The reason is this is used in all the other concepts. That's why. But if you will understand step by step each and everything, it will be easy. So far, have you understood this?
Yes.
So far, is this clear, ladies and gentlemen?
Yes.
Now, is it clear or not?
Yes, then it's clear.
Clear to everyone? Okay. Okay, this is clear. Now, I want to show you something. Let me share my screen again. Until I get this to. Can you see this Microsoft Edge?
Yep. Yes.
Suzuka? These are the very typical. I don't know. So I will ask him, show me some examples of not count, examples of group by in SQL. Okay. I'm asking SQL engine to show me some examples of group by, and most of you have this favorite W3 schools. So now this is the example in group by. You have count function. Here also you can see in group by you have count function. Let's see some other examples. One program is there. Group by count is there. Group by count is there. The group by clause is used in conjunction with aggregate function. This is purely a misconception. There is no such concept. Then group by sum is there. Group by sum is there. Why I have shown you this example? The reason is in all these examples which I have shown you currently, you must have noticed something. In all the examples of group by, you must have seen count was also associated. Or in one example, sum was there, right? Come on, yaar. If you will not tell me, you see, I will lose my interest and I
Yeah,
will not
correct.
teach you in depth. I'm very honest here. I will think that I'm boring you guys and I will just teach you the lighter part of it and you will enjoy that class and you'll be happy. So please respond, interact, ask question. This is first time happening in any batch, I think. Tushar was also there in the previous batch. It was not such a silent batch. Fine, okay. So you have seen that in all those examples, we were having count or sum along with group by, right? This is actually a misconception. And I have shown you one statement as well. It was written that count, sum, max, min is used along with group by. There is no such concept. It is not mandatory to use count along with group by. There is no such rule. Actually, there is a misconception. Many people think that Tanvir, if we are using group by, we have to use any one of the aggregate function, Tanvir. Either we can use count, or we use sum, or if we use min, or we use max, or we use average. They think any one of this is mandatory, Tanvir, if you are using group by. And this is a misconception. I totally agree that 99% of the examples in group by, one of this function will be there. I totally agree with you. But what I'm telling, this is not a rule. Okay, you have to use any one of this along with group by. This is not a rule. Is this point clear?
Yes.
Group by has nothing to do with this aggregate function. Vice versa, this aggregate function has no relationship, no bonding with this group by. I don't know why whenever I take interview, many candidates, they have this misconception that Tanvir, group by means तो यार aggregate का कुछ ना कुछ function होना चाहिए. Anyone among this must be there. Literally, I smile when someone tells this. There is no such rule, ladies and gentlemen. I will show you the proof. See, in this query, just tell me yes or no. Have I used any aggregate function? Count, sum, min, max, average. Do we have any one of this function in this query?
No.
We don't have, right? Now I'm executing it. Are you getting the output?
Yep.
Are you getting the
Yes.
output?
Yes.
Yes. That is why I'm telling there is no such rule कि group by के साथ you have to use any one of this function. Nonsense. There's no such rule. This is a misconception. Group by is an independent entity. It has nothing to do with the count or the sum or the min or the max or the average. The task of group by is it will just create the unique buckets. That's all. After that, he's not bothered that with the buckets, whatever you do. Now let's try to understand this query, how it is getting executed. Let's see. First of all, tell me which keyword will be executed here.
From
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 employee.
employee. So you have this employee table. This is the one, right?
yes.
Yes.
Okay. So this is the employee table. Then which keyword?
Group by
Group by department.
Group by. What is the task of group by?
Create a
create
unique bucket
unique
for each department.
Create unique buckets based on which column?
Department.
department,
Department. Tell me the bucket names.
HR, tech, and sales.
HR,
Tech.
Tech, Sales. ठीक है? Now,
Yes.
this is the HR bucket. This is your tech bucket. This is your sales bucket. Okay. Now, group by task is done. It has created 3 buckets. After group by, do you have any aggregate function in this query?
No,
No. So segregation of data, aggregation of
will
data
not
will happen here.
Yes.
No, it will not happen because you don't have any aggregate function. Then directly you will jump to select. What is the task of select?
to display the data.
To display. What you want to display here?
Department,
Department means what? This parent table department or the buckets?
group as in the buckets.
Buckets. So what are the buckets you have? You have HR, you have tech, you have sales. That's why this is the output. Now, if you check the output here, the same output you have HR, tech, and sales. That is why, see, in this query, I have not used any aggregate function. That's what I'm telling. There's no such rule that you have to use any aggregate function in the group by. Is this point clear to everyone?
Yeah.
I hope it is clear. Okay. Now, this was about group by, and then we have seen the count function. Okay. Let me show you a few more examples. Especially these misconceptions which I'll be teaching you in this course. And most of these misconceptions either I have learned when I review the code of my peers, or when I take interview, or when we have faced escalations or the issues in the project. Okay, and many times you will see I will tell you that technically this query is correct, functionally incorrect, functionally correct, technically incorrect. So all those points are very important. So maybe if you want, you can make a note of all those things after the class. Those points will help you a lot in your interview. Okay. Now, this was about the very simple example of count star and group by combination. Okay. Now, no, 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 no. Chicken, 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 chicken. Chicken. Now, I'll write this query. Select department, comma, count of ID from employee, group by department. Now, this is the query. I will not execute it. First of all, we will try to analyze this query and then we will execute it. And this time, you people have to help me in the analysis. I'm not going to explain anything. Which keyword will be executed first?
From employee.
From employee. What is the task of from employee? You take a copy of the employee table. So this is your employee table. From is done. Then which keyword?
Group by department.
After from, group by department will be executed. What is the task of group by department?
Create unique buckets.
It creates unique buckets
Of department.
based on the department column. So tell me, based on the department column, what are unique buckets you have?
Our tech and sales.
HR, tech, and sales. Okay, done. So this is your HR bucket. This is the tech bucket. And this is the sales bucket. Okay, and I have given the walkthrough of the graphy. Okay, and repeating. So from tomorrow, the classes will be on graphy if you have missed it. So in the beginning of the today's class, I have explained how to register on it. I request everyone, please register by today. Tomorrow after 7, if you are struggling to log in the graphy, maybe I will not be able to help you because I'll be taking class at that time. So please try to register today. Check, are you able to log in successfully or not? If you're facing any issue, directly post it in the group. Okay, we will try to help you. So group by department. After this, which keyword?
Count. ID.
After this, aggregate function. Do you have aggregate function in this query?
Yes.
Yes, we have aggregate count of ID. Now listen. We have written count of ID here. In the previous example, it was count of a star. Now it is count of ID. Now we'll try to understand it. We have written count of ID. It means, what was the step 1?
Segregation of the data, which will be happening on the basis
Segregation.
of ID column.
Very good. Segregation of data. So which column you will segregate now?
ID.
ID column. So this time ID column will be segregated. So 1, 2, 3, 4, you will keep in which bucket?
HR.
These are the properties of the HR bucket. So you have to place it in the HR bucket. Clear?
Yes.
Okay. 5, 6, 7, 8. Which bucket?
Tech.
Tech bucket. Okay.
Yes.
5, 6, 7, 8 गया tech bucket में. फिर
From 9 to 12 will be in sales. 6.
9 till null will be in the
Uh,
sales bucket.
Till
Null भी
12
तो है
it
ना?
should be because it should be excluding the null.
हाँ, exclusion तो बाद में होगा. Right now we are segregating. Null is a property of the sales bucket, so you have to keep it in the sales bucket. Segregation is
Okay.
happening here. I'm not counting it. You are right,
Understood.
Tanvir, you have taught us कि ignore करना है. But when I am counting it, as of now I'm not
Understood.
counting it. I'm just segregating. This is a property of cells. I have to allocate it in the cells bucket. Clear?
Yes, yes.
So far clear to everyone?
Yeah, Tanvir, it's clear.
Okay. I need one quick feedback. Maybe I'm thinking I'm going fast, so many of you are not able to understand. Do you think I'm going fast or too slow? Or is it fine?
It's fine.
It's fine for me.
Right, okay. The thing I'm going too fast or too slow, please let me know. Now, step 2. What was the step 2?
Aggregation.
Aggregation of data. This is the important one. Now, aggregation means what you have to do here? Count of ID. Now, these are the IDs. You count it. In HR bucket, how many IDs you have?
4.
4. In tech bucket, how many IDs you have?
4.
4. In sales bucket, how many IDs you have?
6. 6.
6. Because this ID is a column. And I have taught you कि if you have to count column, you have to reject null. Have we discussed or not?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, the
Yes.
previous ones.
So अब तो null को reject करना होगा. We have to reject this. Now tell me what is the count? 6.
6.
6.
Interesting one.
Yes.
So now execute it. Over to you. Verify that. Are you getting the same output or not?
Yes.
HR 4. In HR bucket, you have 4 records. Sales 6. In sales, you have 6 records. Tech 4. Tech, you have 4 records. Is this point clear?
Yes.
Yeah.
Clear to everyone?
Yes.
Yes.
अच्छा, सबको आ गया समझ में. Good. Shall I proceed further?
Yes, please.
Okay. Now, there is a concept of distinct keyword. Okay. There is a concept of distinct keyword. Very costly keyword. I have termed it as a costly keyword. The reason is why I'm telling that this distinct is a costly keyword, because if you're using distinct in a query, the SQL engine has to perform a lot of tasks, and ultimately it will badly impact the performance of the query. So that's why it is recommended, if it is not required, never use distinct. I will give you a guarantee. If you write select distinct and a distinct is not required, that will prove that you are very new in the world of SQL, especially during interview. I will catch it. Distinct is a very costly keyword. If not required, please don't use it. I know you might be thinking, Tanvir, first of all, what is the meaning of this distinct, right? Okay. Distinct will give you the unique values present in a column. Suppose I will write select distinct department from employees. So in department column, what are unique values you have? You have HR, you have sales, and you have tech. So distinct will give you the unique values present in a column. Similarly, if I write distinct ID from employee, what will be the output? What will be the output for
Every
this
ID
query?
will come up there. And for
But this
12,
12 is getting repeated now.
12 will be, so it will be for one time only.
12 will be only once. Okay?
Yes.
Now, you see you are getting Oh my God, 1 minute. You're getting all the values 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 10, 12, but 12 is only once. Because distinct will remove the duplicate occurrence and it will show you the unique value only. Is this point clear? Distinct?
Yes.
Clear?
Yes.
Okay. Now, one of the simple use case I will tell you from the real world example where we use distinct. Suppose I have a store and on a particular day, this is the transaction, customer ID, customer name, transaction amount. Customer ID is 1, customer name is John, transaction amount is 500. 2, this is Tom, transaction amount is 600. 3, this is Sarah, transaction amount is 400. 4, this is Abdul, transaction amount is 900. This is scenario 1. Okay. This transactions has happened in my retail store on a particular day. Then I have another scenario. This is the scenario. Now, tell me which use case depicts a better, what I can say, like which one depicts that the business is having a good prospects down the line? Which one is showing the good, a healthy prospect? Which one? Scenario 1 or scenario 2?
Scenario 2. Because you
This
have the
is
repetitive
scenario 1,
customer.
scenario 2. So you're telling scenario 2 because you can see a repeat business here, right? The customers are getting repeated chicken.
Yes.
Anyone else? Okay. To one instance, you're right that in scenario 2, we have a repeat business because repeat business is very important. Okay. Scenario
New
1 also, tell me.
new customers are also important as
Very
such.
good, very good, very good. New customers are also important. In scenario 1, you see, you have new customers. So your customer base is increasing or not?
Yes.
That might be the concern over that why the customers are not getting repeated. Maybe they don't
Repeat.
like the product. Maybe. But one thing is clear that the customer base is increasing, right?
Yes.
Correct, no? In your company town hall, you will see that your HR will tell that how many repeat business we have, how many new customers we have acquired, like that, right?
Yes.
So this shows that we have 4 unique customers. Now here, if my stakeholders will ask, then we tell me the unique customers. So how many unique customers we have here?
2.
Only John and Tom, right?
Yes.
So this is also concern for the business, that why the customer base is not increasing. Maybe we have to do marketing. We have to take the help of some good, we have to have some good marketing strategy, right? That's why maybe our products are good, but we're not able to reach to the customers. Correct?
Yes.
That's why many a times, if you're working as a data analyst, your stakeholders, your managers will ask this question that, okay, you have millions of transactions, but from that, show me the unique transactions, the unique customers. I want to check how many unique customers I have. Suppose on a particular day, Amazon has 1 million transactions. Does it guarantees that they have 1 million unique customers? No. Maybe few customers has means they are the repeat business. So that's why many a times we use this distinct to find that the net what the values we have, what is the unique values. Is this point clear, the distinct one?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Similarly, if I write here, select distinct name from employee. Sorry, I forgot to take the break today. If I write select distinct name from employee, so what is the meaning of this?
All the distinct names, I mean, which are not repetitive.
Which are not getting repeated, the unique names, correct?
Mhm.
Okay. Is this correct output?
Yes.
Yes.
You're getting all the unique names here? You
Yes.
could see here that this K is getting repeated, but here you have the output once only. So net, distinct keyword will remove the duplicate and it will show you the unique values. And that's why it is very costly, because assume if you have 10 million records, engine has to pick one record and it has to cross scan the entire set of records and it has to check whether this record exists anywhere else or not. That's why distinct is a very costly keyword. Engine has to perform a lot of tasks here. Hope this is clear. Okay, I think this
Sunny,
is
is
clear.
that 1 million transactions? If you can repeat once again. I'm sorry, I
No,
just lost for a second.
no issues. I was saying like why the distinct is a costly keyword. The reason is like suppose if you have a lot of transactions, 1 million transactions or 10 million transactions. So now imagine, now suppose here we are trying to find the unique name, but here we have only 14, 15 records. So it is easy to find. But suppose if I will give you 10 million records and I will tell you that, okay, show me the unique names from it, that will be hectic task, right? So that's why distinct is a costly keyword. It badly impacts the performance. So if not required, don't use distinct.
So what to do when we have to track, as in then in that case we have to use group by aggregation functions like count and
That I'm not telling. That I'm not telling.
okay.
Means I am telling K, if you know K in this particular column, there is no duplicate. Suppose you know, then don't use distinct. Like suppose a column is a primary key. The values are unique. They don't use distinct with that column. It doesn't make sense, right?
Right.
Or your client is not asking for the unique values. Just suppose the client just told, show me all the names. So you just have to write select name from the employee table. Don't write select distinct name. That is not required. That is not the ask of the client. Got it?
Okay. Understood.
Okay.
Yes.
Now, in these three examples, I have used a single column with distinct, right? It is distinct department, distinct ID, distinct name, a single column with distinct. Okay. Now here I will teach you some misconceptions. Now, what is the meaning of this query? Any idea, any guess? No idea. Okay.
Yeah.
Distinct name as well as distinct department.
Distinct name as well as distinct department. Take any other thought?
So it will combine name and department and give you the unique value.
Okay. Right. Any other thought? The misconception here is many candidates, they think that the meaning of this query is it will give distinct names, but all the departments, because they think that this distinct is not with the department, so the engine has to give a distinct name, unique names, but all the department. This is the first misconception. Second misconception. Many people think that this will give distinct name and distinct department. This is again a misconception. The meaning of this query is you have to read it like this actually. It means you have to give me the unique combination of name and department.
Okay.
Now in this table, tell me what are the unique combination of name and department you have. A, HR, is this one unique combination? B, HR, is this again another unique combination? C, HR, D, HR, do you think this is unique combination? Now see, here you cannot tell me that Tanvir, this HR is getting repeated. No, You tout के distinct में it should be unique. That is what I'm telling. Here we are concerned with the combination. Tell me, idli vada, idli dosa. Are they the same dish or different?
Different.
They are different. Idli vada is different. Idli dosa is different. Suppose today you have taken breakfast idli vada. Tomorrow you have taken idli dosa. You will not tell that I have taken the same breakfast. Correct? Although idli is getting repeated, but the combination is different or not?
Yes. Yes.
Yes. Rahul Kumar. Rahul Singh. Same है क्या? Is it same? Different. Rahul is same here, but the combination is different. No. That is what I'm telling here, ladies and gentlemen. This distinct name comma department means you have to search the combination should be unique. A HR, B HR, C HR, D HR, all are unique combinations. Got it?
Yes.
We are. Is this clear? Yes. No.
Yes. Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
sir. It's
Okay. Okay. So then you will get H Tech,
H tech, E tech. I guess all are
E Tech.
the till K cells.
You will get this as well. Okay. What about H cells? Will you get H cells?
Yes.
But H we have covered here, no? So do you think we will get H cells?
It's a new combination with sales rather
Correct.
than tech.
This is the new combination. This is with tech. This is with self. This is a different combination. This is a different combination, right? So you will get
Yes.
H cells as well. Okay, then I cells and J cells. You will be having this. Okay. Then you have
Yes.
this K cells. So how many
Will
values you
come
will get here?
only one.
Only one. Very good.
One unique
Perfect.
combination.
Now check the outputs. But you don't have to give bracket here. This is for your understanding, I thought. Okay. If you give
Okay.
bracket, it will throw your message.
Okay.
Now check the output and please verify this.
Yes.
Is this the same output what we have discussed right now?
yes.
Yes.
Oh my God. Oh. Here,
Yes.
Thursday. Okay. This is clear, right?
Yes.
Got it. अच्छा ये समझ में आ गया आप लोग. Now
Yes.
coming back to this discussion, this one. You remember this query? Right now we have discussed. सबको याद है ये?
Yes.
Don't tell कि forgot it. Okay.
Ye-
I don't have that much energy. I will repeat it now. Okay. So now, if I will write here distinct ID. This is the question now. Take your time and think over it and tell me what will be the output if I will execute this query.
Should it
Now,
be
here what you have to count.
as in just the distinct ID?
ID you have to count within each bucket. So HR में how many distinct IDs you have? 4. Tech, how many distinct IDs you have?
4.
4. Sales में how many distinct IDs you have?
4.
4.
Actually, should
Any
it be
other
5
No,
or
no.
it should
5
4
या 4?
excluding the null?
Count will
ठीक है.
not include
4
nulls.
या 5? 4 या 5 में confusion है. ठीक है. Which one?
4.
4. Okay. Why 4?
Because count will not
Null.
consider null.
This null will be ignored because within count we have a column and count of a column ignores null, right? So this null will be ignored,
Yes.
correct? And the unique values are 9, 10, 11 and 12. This is duplicate, so this will also be rejected.
Yes.
The final it should be 4. Got it?
Yes.
So now I'm executing this query. Please verify that. Is this correct output?
Yes.
Yes.
Hope it is clear, everyone.
Yes.
Yep.
So today we have discussed a very important concept related to count, related to group by. This was a very, very, very important class. Even if you have understood, my humble request is to go through the recording. Okay, this is very important. And then tomorrow I will show you a few more concepts, and especially the misconceptions which I am covering. If possible, please make a note. Those misconceptions will help you a lot. And don't think only from the interview perspective. Yeah, ultimately you have to work in the project. So think that I should be having a good weightage in the project. Don't only think कि जैसे तैसे करके I should get a job. No, that's a cheap mentality. I'm very sorry for that, but I don't prefer that mentality. Think I have to go in the interview, then let interviewer ask whatever he can. I'll be ready to answer any question. You should have that mentality, and that will come when seriously you are taking a topic and you are drilling it. You are checking each and every hook and corner of it. Okay, don't only be in a hurry कि तनवीर मेरे को ready-made कुछ questions दे दो and then tell me some topics and I will mug up and I will vomit during the interview. No, I hate this mentality. Ultimately, at the end of the day, you have to work in the project, no, right? And then you have to think, you want to survive or you want to excel? If you want to excel, then you should know each and everything, right? So fine, then I will stop here and then we will continue tomorrow the same discussion. We will share some assignment questions based on count today. Try to work on it. Fine. Any last question, anyone?
No, Tanvir. Thank you so much.
No questions? Fine. Thanks a lot, everyone. Take care.
Thank you.
Bye. Thank you. Thank you.